Welcome to Module 2. We are talking rest and recovery. Here we go. These are the things that we're going to be talking about during this module. They're going to be in separate videos so that you can watch them in pieces. Otherwise, this would be a really long video. So we're going to start with the fourth trimester and really talk about the history of this and what this whole mentality is about. So what is the fourth trimester? It kind of seems like a misnomer considering trimester means 3, and that refers to pregnancy. But the fourth trimester is kind of considered almost an extension of pregnancy because the baby's on the outside, but you should still be caring for yourself just as well as you did while you were pregnant. So the fourth trimester is another way of saying the first 3 months after birth. It's almost a forgotten time period for women because once you're no longer pregnant, you don't really get the attention that you did when you were pregnant. And in the US especially, we don't often view this period as focused on the mother at all. So historically, other cultures have traditions around this time period, and they treat the mother as a patient who is healing, which she is, which you are. So I want you to try to get your mind around this idea that you need to be coddled during this time. This is a sacred time for you as well as the baby. So this time for maternal healing is a crucial time for long-term wellness. You really do yourself a favor by listening to your body and allowing it to truly heal versus trying to be superwoman right away. And I think that that is in large part a United States mentality of doing it all, being supermom, doing everything as soon as possible, working out right away, getting back to yourself, getting your body back, all of that. I want to slow that down. We are not in a rush here because the healing that you do during this time is setting you up for your hormonal health for the rest of your life, or at least until menopause. So a little history here too. The word quarantine comes from the Italian word for 40 days, quarantina. So I know we know quarantine in a different sense these days, but historically, this word comes from this period after birth. It's what's recommended in many cultures, 40 days of rest and recovery and limited exposure to unnecessary activities and non-essential personnel. So after you give birth, you don't have to have everyone over. I know people want to come. They're dying to come see the baby. But if there are people that are non-essential to your healing or are not bringing you food or are not maximizing your recovery, they can wait. They will still be there. The baby will still be there. And you can take this time for yourself as much time as you need. If you need an excuse, blame it on me, blame it on COVID, whatever you need to do. So during these first 40 days after giving birth, you are supposed to be cocooning yourself at home. Let others dote on you and make you foods. And get as much rest and baby bonding time as possible. The more sacred you view this time and the more you honor the recommendations, the more thorough your healing will be. And I really mean physiologically, your healing will be more accelerated and more thorough if you actually rest. Think about how much healing happens when we're sleeping. So if you can get as much sleep and as much rest as possible during this time and not be literally on your feet out of the house doing a bunch of things, you will be better off. So I want to let you know that you've got this. You know, it may seem impossible to prioritize yourself during this time. You know, I mean, you're taking care of this baby. You probably can't just go sleep whenever you want to. And it's not always easy to sleep when the baby sleeps because you've got a million other things you would like to be doing. But especially in the first 40 days, which is the first half of the fourth trimester, I really want you to focus on resting and healing, literally being off of your feet as much as you can. The first 6 weeks is 42 days. So it's about that first 6 weeks postpartum that I'm referring to really resting as much as you can. The second half of postpartum, you're going to feel likely a lot better and you're going to be able to do more things and start really getting back to yourself. But those first 40 days are really cherished. And I think you're going to be better off if you implement the strategies in the first module, like gathering your support system and preparing as much as you can. I know it's a mindset shift, from what we're used to, especially in this country, but I think you can do it, and I think you're going to be so happy that you did. Next up is tips for healing. See you then.